Hey everyone, today we're going to do a long-awaited review. Finally able to do this. This is of the Marushin M1 Carbine CO2 6mm. There were different variants of the Marushin M1 Carbine, but this is the 6mm CO2. It is real wood. It's very light, and we're just going to take a look at it today. Finally, I've been putting it off for almost a year. I got this gun in August of 2017 for $285. The shipping took a little while, but it came here, and I never fired it. And we are here today to finally review the gun. So, metal parts. It's got the metal outer barrel, metal front sight post. This is a orange cap. Or is it painted on? I have no idea. Oh, it's painted on. It's a painted on orange tip. Metal sling mount here. And barrel clamp. It's the post-war type. It has all the post-war components just like my King Arms one. If you want to be like super kosher to between the World War II M1 carbine and post-World War II M1 carbine. It's got the of course the metal bolt assembly and receiver, metal rear sight, curve bolt, which has a really nice finish. I don't know if the camera's getting that. Hopefully you guys can see that. It has like a nice, like almost parkerized grade kind of finish. Very light compared to the King Arms, but nevertheless, still awesome. Let's see, metal trigger guard, metal safety of course. Flick it down here, puts it in safe. You flick it this way, it'll take it right off safe. Let's see what else. Metal mag. This happens to be a King Arms one, so if you have an old Marushin M1 carbine CO2 6mm, it can take the King Arms one. I recommend you put it in at an angle, because if you go straight up, it has a hard time. You don't really know if you're in or not, but so to be on the safe side, just go in like an AK. Well, no, not too hard like that. Just very gentle, gingerly. Few taps, and just maybe, yeah, just a few taps, and you should be in. Put it on safe, that way I don't pull the trigger accidentally. Although there's nothing in here. It has a wooden stock, real wood stock. This version, there was a one with the fake wood. Metal butt plate. And what I love about it is that it's stained correctly, unlike my King Arms one. It is made, the King Arms one is made out of heavier wood. I don't know what kind of wood is made out of. I think it was birch wood, if I'm not mistaken. This one, I have no idea what it's made out of. Probably some light Japanese wood. But overall, it's stained correctly, and as long as you don't fall on it or whack it against something, you should be fine. You can still use these old Marushin M1 carbines. Let me show you the original mag that came with it. It's a really well done mag. Just keeping in the box here. Very well detailed, if I must add. And what I like about the Marushin mags, these are hard to come by. You won't find them. You see these little two notches here. They used a special tool to open it if you didn't have like a flat head screwdriver or anything. I think there's a release valve on this too. Oh yeah, there is, on the back. And I think there's one at the bottom as well. If you look at the King Arms one, let's just put them side by side. Okay looking, scratches very easily. Not as nice as the Marushin one, as you can see. Here's your Marushin. Here's the King Arms, very dull looking, rather ugly. Scratches very easily over time. And yeah, this is just far better as far as details. So if you happen to come across one of these, definitely grab them. I think they should have a, oh yeah, look down there, there's a little release valve in case you wanted to bleed the gas out. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I don't even like touching this magazine too often. I don't want the oils from my fingers getting into it, because this thing is basically irreplaceable. So let me put this back. Here we go. There we go. That's it. That's money. The King Arms mag in here. I've never shot the thing. The guy before me, he had shot the gun a few times, and that was it. Put it away, and that's why it's in such nice condition. It's always remained that way. And I've actually just sold this gun to a Marine reenactor. His name is Matt. So he's gonna pay for the gun and trade some items, and this will be shipped off to him. But I decided to let this go. It was a tough decision, but I've enjoyed it and loved it. Appreciated it for what it is, and think about going to a replica M1 carbine, because I was intending to use this as a display gun or for an impression piece, and I think that the replica gun M1 carbine that I'm looking at is going to do a far better job as far as realism, because it has the correct World War II components, although it will never fire anything like that Denix Thompson I just bought from US Replica Gun Company. So that for me, as far as display and impression pieces, are much better than airsoft guns, because in most cases, because it has the correct components and it looks and feels more realistic than the airsoft versions. Not to say that the airsoft versions are bad, it's just I like it for those factors from what I just told you. But yeah, that has been a review of the M1 carbine by Marushin CO2. I believe this is the CDX model with the real wood. Haven't shot the thing. This being CO2, of course, is going to shoot really hot with .2s. Probably not field legal in most locations unless you go to like some outdoor field or whatever. And before I wrap up this video, I will try to see if you can see the engravings here. Yeah, down here it says, yep, you can pick it up a little bit. It says Marushin Industry Company Limited, made in Japan. On this side, it says US Carbine Caliber 30 M2. It should say M1. There you go. It's a light bolt. Beautiful gun. So that again has been the review of the Marushin M1 Carbine CO2 CDX Real Wood. Enjoy it, Matt. Take good care of it for me.